Hello again, this is Alex with MasterChartsTrading.com, and this is market recap for Friday, October 22nd, 2021. As always, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with others. So today we'll look at stocks which are indeed hitting all-time records, at least S&P and Dow Jones have, waiting for the small caps and the NASDAQ. We'll look at a couple of trade examples that were recently traded. Tesla and Costco both up over 30% recently. Mortgage rates are pushing higher as Treasury Bonds are dropping. We'll examine the relationship between the 10-year yield and 10-year Treasury Bonds. And dollar may be stalling, so we'll see if the gold is where gold is gonna go as a result of all of this. I think the NASDAQ, or rather, I'm sorry, natural gas, I don't think it's done yet correcting. It did correct significantly, but I think there's more to come. And Bitcoin is, again, at new records, and I think the door is open towards 100,000 for Bitcoin. If you're a subscriber, then stay tuned for a paid subscription newsletters. So I have a lead newsletter which covers things like large cap stocks, ETFs, forex, commodities, and I have a speculator newsletter which covers mostly speculative stocks that are breaking out. All right, let's get right to it. So most of the time I'm going to be using my indicators. You can see them on this chart. They're green, blue, red, and yellow line. You can find out more about them by going to MasterChartsTrading.com, click on products, and sign up for one of the packages. So, okay, let's look at S&P 500. So first of all, S&P 500 just hit a new all-time record high. So nothing is really different. We can look at S&P 500 on the weekly chart, and actually this even looks better. Here it is, S&P 500. Each of these candlesticks is a week's worth of activity. The breakout occurred right there where I just put an up sign in May of 2020, and basically it never looked back. So normally we looked for a buying opportunity around the blue line, but there was no buying opportunity. You can see it just keeps going and just made a new record. So another possibility is to buy and close above the green line. You can kind of see it faint. There's a green line right there where I'm hovering. So that's another possibility, although it's more difficult and the risk is higher. So you'll need to know where to put your stop. Here's Dow Jones, again hit a new all-time record high, so not much different from S&P. There's the breakout in May of 2020, and again it just never looked back. Once again, normally we trail at the blue support resistance line itself. So this is a weekly chart, but you can do it on daily chart as well. Here's daily chart of Dow Jones, new records, and here's daily chart of NASDAQ. So let's look at NASDAQ, QQQ. So NASDAQ, same general principle, very powerful move from April of last year, enormous move really, and it just seems to continue. Seems to be continuing. So we will, play it accordingly. Accordingly, to play it would be to be buying it, not thinking about where the top will be, but keep looking for buying opportunities. Here the small caps IWM again on the weekly chart. So small caps kind of did the same general thing, but we had they're a little bit more volatile, so we had another opportunity to buy here in September of last year. Again, really strong move, and now basically a sideways action, but I think it's approaching new records, so very, very close. And I think we might break out to new records, and then we will duplicate this entire move, which is 60%. Most likely we're gonna duplicate it on the upside. Normally that's what happens. So let's say something like that. So we can expect a similar size move up from here, so something like that. So we're looking at a significant move higher for small caps once the breakout to new all-time record highs occurs. Let's look at a couple of examples, recent trades. So here's Tesla. We can look on daily. Here's the daily chart of Tesla. Actual alerts. This up arrows is where we were buying. Alerts were sent. Latest alert was really good. Good for over 30%. But even these previous ones, you would still, be trailing this one higher. So in other words, these were all successful alerts. It's just this latest one really broke out to new all-time record highs, and I think we will most likely continue from here. So overall, how do we trade? So here's Costco and weekly. If you like to trade on weekly, you can do that as well. So I would be buying, so for example, right there, somewhere around mid-March, and then again, again, this is a weekly chart, so like in June, again in July, and again right there in August. So overall, same as daily basically, but on weekly you can do the same thing as well. So I think Tesla is easily going to go to continue higher. So it's already up 30-some% from the recent alerts, and I think it should continue higher from here. Here's Costco, also very nice run. So again, you can kind of see where we were buying actual alerts again, and once again we are at new records now. So the latest opportunity was very nice, almost 38%. Nice trade move higher. So again, it can be played with options, it can be played with regular just buying stock. Looking at Treasury note yield. So again, this is a weekly chart, and just looking at this chart, the shape of this chart, we can see this is a Treasury note yield. So this is what tracks mortgages basically. So the higher this note yield goes, the more higher the mortgages will go. So the higher the mortgages, the less people are able to afford. By extension, when mortgages go up, that means that Treasury bonds, the bonds are dropping. You can see they're kind of inverse. So inverse, charts are sort of inverse of one another. So looks like we are breaking to new highs. Looks like the mortgages will continue higher. The 10-year Treasury note yield will continue higher. By extension, Treasury notes, Treasury bonds are dropping, and most likely this new 52-week low will soon come into existence. So you can trade this as well, but on the downside, so something like that can also be done. If you're sophisticated, if you have options account, you can buy puts and thus short the Treasury bonds. Moving on to the dollar index, DXY. So dollar index, and we can look at daily as well. It makes very little difference. Dollar index broke out as early as July of this year. I actually traded it. I bought UUP. I closed it at decent profit. I just don't really like the way it's acting. And again, today you can see that we closed below this green support resistance line, so there's a good chance we'll continue lower, and I didn't really like this action. Looking at gold, XAU, USD, so I'm gonna zoom in again. This is a weekly chart, so today is Friday, so it looks like we're closed, and notice where we closed. We closed above this red support resistance line. Can look on weekly and daily as well. You can see we closed above this red support resistance line. Not an ideal situation. Usually when dollar is pushing higher, gold by extension will be pushing lower. So this is dollar. is pushing higher. Gold is more or less trading sideways. Ideally, I was thinking we're gonna continue lower, but it's just not happening. So there is a good chance that gold will turn around, close above this blue support resistance currently at 1857, and continue higher. Here's gold miners. Gold miners are given a sell signal, short signal right there. Looking at the daily chart as well, short signal right there. I mean, this is a perfect short signal. Will it actually work out? We will see next week. Here's natural gas. So natural gas had a tremendous run. We caught it. There's the latest opportunity from 16th of April. That's 142% move in our favor. You can see enormous move higher. Natural gas currently, if we look at the weekly chart, very steep advance. And now we had, on 27th of September, week of 27th of September, week of 4th of October, big runs higher. So this is clearly a shooting star candlestick, and then the next week we have 11th of October week, bearish engulfing. Right now, we did touch this blue support resistance line. Notice right there this week, but it feels like we're not yet done. I think we're gonna see corrective action into winter. So I actually put down, you can see this arrow, blue arrow. I thought we were gonna come down kind of slowly, but we just collapsed. So our target has been reached, to the downside, but I doubt it's done. I think we're gonna continue, trading sideways, and I don't think we're gonna break out to new records yet. And here's Bitcoin. Bitcoin is breaking to new all-time record highs. So the previous record high was right there on April 14th. Now we have a new record high on the 20th of October at 66.9, almost 67,000. So very strong move. Here's Bitcoin on weekly charts. It's even easier to trade it on weekly charts. Less false signals, so you can kind of see a nice opportunity right there where I just put a arrow, and another opportunity right there on the 4th of October. So overall, clearly bullish security. We should continue thinking about buying it. All right, that's it for this week's recap. Again, all of these stocks I'm going to cover in a paid newsletter. So if you haven't signed up yet, head over to MasterCharts Trading, click on products, sign up for one of the service packages. So if you want the indicators, these lines on the chart, again, you can trade on daily, weekly, or even intraday as well. For example, here is a 1 minute chart of Bitcoin. Yes, you can trade it. I mean, it's just a pain in the butt, but yes, you can use my indicators to trade on small time frames. Indicators and newsletters. So again, if you are interested in what I have to say, I have elite newsletter which covers ETFs, large cap stocks, forex, gold, cryptos, and commodities, and speculator newsletter which covers speculative stocks. We also have a stock screener where you can find stocks that are, for example, doing something like that. Tesla, for example. This is a type of stock that we found using the stock screener, where you can find the stocks that are breaking out. Alright, that's it for this week's recap. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. Have another great trading week. Bye-bye.